Welcome to Confidence on Command Champions. There comes a point in growth where the work is no longer about proving who you were. It becomes about protecting who you are becoming. Many people celebrate the breakthrough. Few people prepare for the responsibility that comes after it. Because elevation requires protection, expansion requires boundaries, and the next version of you will always demand a different level of discipline. This episode is about what it truly means to grow with intention, to move forward without abandoning yourself, to scale without losing your center, to build without burning out. Today, we invite you to sit with one honest question. What must you protect in order to become who you are meant to be? This is Confidence on Command Live. Own your story, shift the energy, and command the room. We'll be right back, champions.
The world needs a little clarity. I am Nikisha Jolanda Gregory, host of Confidence on Command Live, where we discuss identity, inner voice, and leadership. Join us Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. on WGNT TV.
Hi 757, I'm Desiree, the title sponsor for the Letters to the Crown segment on Confidence on Command Live. I'm also the owner of Balance Wash and Fold here in the 757, where we put the balance between life and laundry. If you're looking to have your laundry done, no need to worry, we're here to assist you. Feel free to look us up on www.bwf757.com or call or text 804-504-1608. See you soon.
Welcome back, champions. And we're here with our segment, The Friend Unscripted. I have with me today the founder of Mach One Ventures, Ronald Tyree. He is a 38-year-old entrepreneur and transportation innovator based in Virginia. He's a proud father to his daughter, Kamaria, a student at Virginia Commonwealth University. Tyree has built his journey through resilience, discipline, and strategic execution. Starting from humble beginnings in janitorial services, he expanded into transportation and real estate, transforming Mach One Ventures into a growing Tesla-based mobility platform within a single year. His work reflects a commitment to ownership, scalable systems, and long-term economic growth. Thank you so much for joining us today, Tyree.
Thank you for having me.
You are very welcome. So I'm impressed with just that, but I know you have a lot that you have done within a year, humble beginnings. Yeah. Tell our listening audience what all you do here in the 757.
All that I do in the 757, I am the mover and shaker of Mach One. So when things need to be done, I'm the force. I have a background with Selena Joyner from Redline Resource Group. She manages my property. She manages, that just happens to be my mom too.
Give mama a shout out now.
Yeah, so that's what Miss Selena Tyree Joyner. She is the owner of Redline Resource Group, and she does government contracts, real estate, pretty much anything you can think of. She has done it all the way back to pest control back in the day. So we've been in it for a while.
And so I heard, I'm gonna be like the other girl that interview people, a little birdie told me that you bought your first home at 18 years old.
I did.
Please share the secret to the wealth, generational wealth, and how you started that journey.
Well, frankly, you can't share that anymore. What was in the early 2000s and 90s is no longer.
Okay.
That's the thing about business. There's always a window that opens and closes.
Yeah.
Certain opportunities that once were, back in the day, everybody had every bill in their kid's name. So nowadays it's more or less strategic planning.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think that your child is limited because of that age. There's power of attorneys. There's other ways that just a couple years ago, 14-year-old real estate tycoon in Georgia.
Wow.
So that just goes to show you don't have to be 18 or 21 to make moves. You just need a network behind you. And Mach One Ventures is that network. So if you can't get it at home, you can't get it through family, you can reach out to us, and through consulting, we will help guide anybody.
Wow, I'm so thankful for you. I just met you all last week. But you are a friend of the show, and we are family, and you have treated me like I'm family. Your mom has treated me like I'm family. And you are so wise beyond your years. You know, you share so much wonderful information. I feel like I've been poured into just in the limited time that we speak. Every time we talk, you ignite me. And so I'm appreciative for you being a friend of the show and a sponsor of the show. So what is some advice you would give someone that is looking to be an entrepreneur? They want to, you know, get through whatever season they had to own their story, shift the energy and command the room. In this new third act that they are in, what advice would you give them?
Energy.
Okay.
Both physical and mental, spiritual. Whatever you believe in, if you're atheist or not, there's still a thing that you believe in. So you believe in yourself, you believe in science, whatever it is. Figure out what that is first, because you need a foundation.
Yeah.
I ran through a lot of emotions when I didn't have direction. So once I locked in, I said, God, help me. That's all I said. And I had to humble myself. I no longer ask for anything. I only say thank you, because everything I need and want has already been given to me. So from this point on, everything is just a blessing.
Wow.
So stay grounded in what you believe in, and then after that, eat what you can stomach. And take focus on what you're actually good at and become better at that first.
Yeah.
Be better at what you're good at before you try to be good at what you're not, because you're going working backwards.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to work ahead. You know, a lot of us, especially being a minority, we've already started the race 2 laps behind. So if you're worried about how your shoes fit, they don't feel good, you need to run. You run good, don't worry about the shoes, we'll worry about that later. Run right now, get started, because every time you say, I'm gonna do it, I'll get to it, you don't, and you won't. And that the procrastination is a killer of dreams.
It is.
So if you are a procrastinator, stop.
Okay.
If you're not a procrastinator, sometimes taking a pause, breathe, figure out what's what. I have a million ideas going through my mind every day. So I get told all the time, stop.
Yeah.
You're doing too much. You don't go to sleep. Yeah, so that's what we were talking about before on the previous show, you know, sleep and being aware of yourself, eating. People, I'm good. I had a business friend of mine, older gentleman, 35, he's got over 35 doors in Petersburg, and doors means as far as real estate homes, over 35, and that's just in Petersburg. He runs like a freight train.
Wow.
18 hours a day, maybe sometimes 20 hours a day. And he's older than me, and I said, hey, look, you an old bull, I'm a young bull, and I supposed to have all the energy, but I like to think that use my mind more than my body.
Yeah.
So, you know, brute force is one thing, but sometimes you just need, when the physical gets out of the way and you have a good spiritual connection or good mental energy, you can push yourself past your limits.
I love that. You need to mentor me. I'm older than you, but I need a mentor. You always dropping jewels, and that means you have a wonderful mama. That's all that is.
Yeah, I do.
And so you're a girl dad. You have a daughter. So I can't imagine how wonderful she is in coming into her own. That she an entrepreneur as well. She's exciting.
She's exciting. Never a dull moment.
I can't imagine. I'm a boy mom, and I have 2 bonus daughters, and I got to be blessed to have that after the teenage years. They're older, so I get to love on them and tell them they're pretty and everything, and not worry about all the other stuff.
Nah, you gotta, y'all gonna have to, I don't care what you do, adoption, sponsor, in vitro.
God, I'm gonna be a godmom. I'm a godmom.
Okay, well get them from 9 months. Go ahead and start what. But
I'm gonna send them back. I'm gonna send them back. So for someone like me who came from Hawaii to come take my show, what would be the process to get connected with Mach One for me to rent a vehicle, to have a nice, lovely Tesla, and get the concierge service that I received?
Your best connection would be to reach out to our website, which is machonerental.com. We're also on Google, Yelp, Facebook, TikTok. However you wish to reach out, we answer. We will respond back. Formal way would be after that. You book and we'll meet in person. We verify your insurance, make sure everything's up and have you on your way.
But y'all do more than that. Like y'all held my hand the entire process.
Well, for that, that's that white glove treatment. The white glove treatment is more or less that's a case by case. I can't really speak on that because not to say that anyone is less or more important. It's about what do you need.
Yeah.
Not so much as we have a general what you're going to get.
Yeah.
It's not to say that the general is not white glove, but the extra white glove touch is just a little bit extra when you need a little bit more.
Okay.
You needed a little bit more.
I needed a whole lot more. And y'all made me feel like I was the only customer that you have, and that was truly, truly in my heart. I'm like, I got to come back just for that alone. As much as I miss the warm weather in Hawaii.
You can have 1 million customers,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, each customer, each family member is individual. So you will be treated as though there is no other customer.
I love that. And can you, since you're a friend of the show, tell everyone how they can stay connected with you. You're also on the collective, so you come and bring great ideas and information as well with that. But how can we keep up with you on social media as well as websites or anything you have coming up, and how can we support you?
You can reach us through, like I said, Google, Mach1Ventures.com, Mach1Rental.com. You can go to TikTok, which is Mach One.
Okay.
Then I'm CEO _Tessy, TESSY _Ty. Those are TikTok handles, Instagram, and just reach out. And if it's more than a rental car, you might say, hey, inbox bing, hey, how do I start a business? I'm not your guru, but if you have a question, me, Tyree, I am more than willing to give whatever I have to anybody who asks. I am an open well.
And yes, you are. And you pour from that well on a daily basis. And I appreciate that.
Thank you.
You truly are a blessing. And I thank you for being here, and thank you for being a friend of the show as well as a sponsor. Thank you, champions, for tuning in. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
A new year is an invitation to elevate how you show up. Your image should reflect your growth, your confidence, and where you're headed next. In 2026, Click and Go Mobile Studio will guide you in that direction with the $99 headshot experience, designed with convenience and quality in mind. The best part? We bring the studio right to your front door with professional lighting, backdrops, and expert direction. Book the $99 headshot experience today and let your image speak before you do. Click and Go Mobile Studio welcomes you to 2026.
Confidence on Command live Saturday mornings on WGNT TV. And welcome back. Our community champion for today understands that becoming is not just about growth, it's about protection. When you lead publicly, serve consistently, and carry responsibility for others, boundaries are not optional, they are essential. Our guest today has spent decades balancing faith, public service, and community leadership while learning how to protect his energy, his integrity, and vision. Please join me in welcoming Bishop Dr. Linwood W. Johnson III, Councilman for the 4th Ward of City of Franklin. Dr. Johnson is a lifelong resident of Franklin and a 9-year member of the City Council. His leadership journey spans ministry, social work, workforce development, and municipal leadership. He has worked across denominations as a Christian education consultant, partnered with statewide and regional leaderships through the Virginia Municipal League, helped secure transformative investments for the city of Franklin that strengthen food access, infrastructure, housing, and economic opportunity grounded in faith and driven by service. Dr. Johnson continues to lead with clarity, conviction, and commitment to sustainable growth. Dr. Johnson, thank you so much for joining us here today.
And thank you.
You are very welcome. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and yourself for our public who don't know who you are?
Yes, I'm Bishop Dr. Linwood W. Johnson III, Councilman of the 4th Ward of the City of Franklin, Virginia, for 9 long years, working and fighting to improve growth and development for the city, as well as being a Christian education consultant with David C. Cook Publications, working with 35 different denominations throughout the United States of America. Also with VML, I'm a vice chair of the city section, basically that encompasses 35 cities throughout the Commonwealth of Virginia. 8,000, 10,000 or more, basically. So basically, everything that I've done, life is exciting.
It is.
Life is exciting. Yeah. And I believe in order to move forward, you have to invest in what you believe in.
Yeah, you do.
That's very important. When you invest what you believe in, all things are possible if you only believe. And it derives from a thought.
Yeah.
And you develop that thought, and that thought becomes reality.
That it does. Thank you so much. That was a great word of wisdom for our listening audience and for our champions out there today. And as busy as you are, I appreciate you for coming and giving me your time today. The things that you are passionate about are things that have helped me in my past as being a veteran who was once homeless with 3 sons and needed to use the food bank. So I'm appreciative of what you are doing with the community. So one of the questions I want to ask you is, how has boundaries in protecting your leadership and decision making as a public figure, as far as setting boundaries?
Boundaries are very important.
Yeah.
One has to set boundaries in order to know what you're going to do. Yeah. And as a councilman, working with boundaries, you have, VML has taught me how to work with set boundaries, how to work with boundaries, how to run a city, basically. Yeah. I have 8 certificates from the Mayor's Institute of how to run a city. I can run a city anywhere. Drop me out of a plane in a parachute, I can go to the city and run that city.
Okay, I love that. Well, as someone who is a former Navy, I can appreciate that as far as being ready, prepared to do anything at any time.
Yes.
So I love that.
Great.
So what was a moment in your career when setting boundaries might have cost you your time, energy, or even clarity? And what did that experience teach you?
Well, I have not experienced that as yet.
Okay.
But I would say, if that was to happen, I would learn from those experiences and with growth and development and move forward and never do that again. Yeah. Because as I said before, with VML, they teach you how to set boundaries, how to navigate, how to develop municipal government. Okay. Municipal government is very important. Some individuals, as council people, have not been trained for municipal and government, but you must be trained in order to do that, because you can't just say, I'm going to do this like I run my house, like I run my business, et cetera, and so forth. There are laws, there are principles. You have various codes. You have state codes, you have local codes, you have state codes, you have federal codes that you have to follow. And in setting those boundaries, there's always boundaries there, because you just can't say something or do something without knowing how to do it.
Yeah. I love that. I think that a lot of our politicians can really connect with that system when it comes to actually having a system in place and following that system. I believe that when we go off the grid or we go off our own, like you said, how we run our homes, sometimes that takes away from how we're supposed to serve the people. Yeah. And so I appreciate you with that mindset. So when it comes to leading publicly, how do you know when to say yes to something, to say no, or just pause for alignment in terms of setting those boundaries?
Well, basically, the third part of that question, pause for alignment. You always pause because saying yes or no without getting the facts, knowing the problem, knowing the situation, looking at it. You just can't say yay or nay, because basically a lot of individuals just run off at the mouth, say a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. But you need to be credible and conscious of what you're saying, because whatever you say, you can be sued as a council person. So you need to examine what you're saying, know what it is, do your research, then deal with the situation, whether it's a yes or a no. When I'm in a situation, for instance, or being in a meeting, I'm always evaluating the situation before I speak, because if you just say something, you got to know what you're saying and back up what you're saying.
Back it up.
Yes,
Exactly.
you got to back it up. You can't back it up. As I said before, this may be before your time, you're younger. The song "Talking Loud and Saying Nothing."
I remember that. I'm 45. I remember that.
Okay.
Okay. So, what bit of advice would you give a young person right now who's listening, who is thinking about running for political office in terms of leadership, and how they should structure the way that their thought process in moving forward for this?
I would say to a young person, as I mentor them, basically, first of all, have the right mindset. And when I say have the right mindset, be willing to work. Gain all you can in knowledge.
Yeah.
Don't allow individuals to tarnish your dream, to stop you from dreaming.
Yeah.
Whatever the thought is, that thought can be developed into reality by simply driving forward, moving forward, knowing what you are about, knowing yourself. As the person said, know thyself. You have to know yourself, know who you are, and don't let anyone deter you from doing what you're doing. Because, for instance, the food bank that you mentioned, that was a thought from Dr. Jones and I when she was head of the food bank in Norfolk. We were in Virginia Beach in a conference, and I said, the people of Franklin need that food bank because we need a building. We had a food desert. People were hungry. Things were high. The economy was expensive. Things were high. People needed a way of making a choice whether they were going to buy groceries, pay their light bill, buy their medicine, and so forth.
Been there.
So
Yeah.
that's reality. That's a part of life that we have to overcome and make sure our sisters and brothers are not put in that position, because we are all one.
We are.
We're all one, and we have to look out for one another.
We are. Well, you have inspired me today, and I
Thank you.
appreciate you so much. Those words were meant for me. I needed to hear that as far as just moving forward, no matter what your idea is, to keep pressing forward.
Yes.
And I'm glad you brought up the food bank. We do have our Confidence Kitchen segment here. We'll love to connect with you after the show about how we can be involved in that. The young lady that is our chef, Chef Varsha, we show individuals who need to use the food bank how to take the meals that they receive there and how to turn them into gourmet meals to be filling without having waste.
Yes, I would like to bring you on site in the city of Franklin to see, because it's an illustrious building. The building was an old building transformed into a monument that serves our community, that wipes out hunger for people in the city. And not only is it food, but we deal with the social aspects of life, jobs, you name it. It's a total package, because in reality, there's a reason why individuals may not have food and over and need food. Okay. So coming from that perspective, you have to look at the total situation of life in that individual and see what else is missing. Abuse may be in there. There are different things, but the food bank in Franklin is a total package of everything.
And do you have to be a resident of Franklin to be able to use it?
No. We serve Franklin, Southampton County, Isle of Wight County. Individuals come as far as from North Carolina to get food as well.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that information. I'm hoping that anyone that needs that information will be able to utilize that to feed their family. Can you tell everyone here how to support you, any mission that you have coming up, or on social media where they can find you?
Yes, just go to the Franklin City website, Linwood W. Johnson III. I'm running for mayor this term for the city of Franklin. I have a platform of building for housing, growth and development, working with the schools, working with the city, and making sure that Franklin is the city that it should be.
I thank you so much for that. And even though you're as busy as you are, you came to give us your time, so I truly appreciate you.
My pleasure.
We'll be back, champions, after a word from our sponsors. Thank you for tuning in.
Hi 757, I'm Desiree, the title sponsor for the Letters to the Crown segment on Confidence on Command Live. I'm also the owner of Balance Wash and Fold here in the 757, where we put the balance between life and laundry. If you're looking to have your laundry done, no need to worry, we're here to assist you. Feel free to look us up on www.bwf757.com or call or text 804-504-1608. See you soon.
A new year is an invitation to elevate how you show up. Your image should reflect your growth, your confidence, and where you're headed next. In 2026, Click and Go Mobile Studio will guide you in that direction with the $99 headshot experience, designed with convenience and quality in mind. The best part? We bring the studio right to your front door with professional lighting, backdrops, and expert direction. Book the $99 headshot experience today and let your image speak before you do. Click and Go Mobile Studio welcomes you to 2026.
Confidence on Command Live, Saturday mornings on WGNT TV.
Growth is not only measured by what you accomplish, it is also revealed by what you are willing to preserve, your peace, your purpose, your values, your becoming. As your platform expands and your opportunities increase, the real leadership work begins. Learning when to say yes, learning when to slow down, learning when to protect the version of yourself that is still unfolding. Because not every opportunity deserves access. Not every demand deserves your energy. And not every path aligns with your purpose. True confidence is not loud. It is intentional, it is discerning, it is anchored. Thank you for joining us on Confidence on Command Live. Remember, the goal is not just to grow, the goal is to grow in alignment. Own your story, shift the energy, and command the room.
Confidence on command.